Undisputed Cruiserweight Champion and Heavyweight Champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. He's so big and yet so light on his feet. No one moves around the ring quite like this man.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
And with that, let's go into the ring. And the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
I love this arena. I dream of places like this. I dream of fights like this. I dream of atmospheres like this. But it could only happen here.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. Here we go for round one. Look at that right hand. Counter punching. Perfect counter lands. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Missing with the hook. When are we going to see a jab from these two? I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the straight left. Tried to score with a jab. Throws the jab but does not score. This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about odds. Here we go for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
You're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. And they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
that score with that right uppercut. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And now they're right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about auxiliary. There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. Tyson Fury just got rocked. Do you believe this? Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
A counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little switch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Incredible work rate. Oh, right there. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about on to the fourth we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
These punches coming from every angle. Misses with the straight left. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Miss with that jab. We know who has the power advantage, and we also know who has the speed advantage. We know who has the power advantage, and we also know who has the speed advantage. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Can't find a home with that jab. Nice counter. Straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion, is down. Let's see that again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Alexander Usyk in that last round. On to the fifth we go. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Both men step back for just a moment. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
How about that time counter shot? So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Perfect counter lands. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about odds. Here we go in the sixth round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get nervous...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Oh, and Tyson Fury just got rocked. This could be it. Tyson Fury, one of the great heavyweight champions. That uppercut does not score. These fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Misses with the jab. His stamina is off the charts. Ukrainian in big trouble. Trying to buy. Oh, wait a minute. We've never seen Alexander Usyk hurt like this before. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander. Here we go, it's round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not clear. Be sharp.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Uppercut does not score. His stamina is off the charts. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Missing with the hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. Round 8, and we're off again. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That counter punch caught him clean. One punch could end. Hold it right there. Usyk. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Whoa, Usyk couldn't take anymore, and down he goes. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you continue.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get it.
Oh, Johnny, take a look at this action. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Nice counter. There's the bell to start round 9. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? With that jab. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Stamina is off the charts. going to punch himself out, though. That jab doesn't find a home. Swing and a miss with the hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Let's talk about Alexander. Here comes the 10th round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a lick it, because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Just avoids the left uppercut. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
How would you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. There's the bell to start round 11. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nice counter. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The straight right just misses. You don't want to trade shots. Swing and a miss with the hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about to 12. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Beautiful counter punch. He misses with that straight left. The straight right just misses. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. A unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace. To get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.